Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And today's video isn't going to be about the gameplay that you are seeing in the background, but what you are going to be seeing in the background is a 78 and 15 gameplay with the Milano. One of you guys in the comment section below in one of my previous videos did request for me to start making a best class setup for this gun. So I have been leveling up. As you can see, I'm testing things out, trialing things out. You'll see in this gameplay I do mess around with attachments, swap them around a bit, because again I'm trying to find the perfect attachments to showcase to you guys the best setup for this gun. So expect a video on this gun coming soon, but whilst I've been doing that, again, this was a 78 and 15 gameplay whilst I was leveling this gun up. But we're not going to be talking about that, okay? We're going to be discussing something that happened a couple of days ago now, okay? I'm a bit slow to this one and getting a video out and talking about it, but I've been really busy recently and haven't had a chance to actually make this video. But I'm going to be discussing Activision's blocking of the card trackers. Now, if you guys don't know what those are, card trackers are basically third-party sites. You can go to these websites like cardtracker.gg. You'll see in the comment section below of my previous videos, I do actually put links to this in the comment sections for my own stats, because as you guys know, things like reverse boosting are very, very prevalent in the game, and I want to showcase to you guys that I don't cheat. You know, anyone new to the channel, I like to showcase to you guys I don't cheat, I don't reverse boost, I don't do anything to get illegitimate gameplays, I don't mess around with the matchmaking, nothing. I let you guys see all my stats, all the matches I played, and that's what the card tracker was useful for, okay? You could see what people were doing this, you could see who was actually cheating, who's using, not necessarily see who's using aimbot, but people who use aimbot are going to have pretty ridiculous KDs. We're talking 20, 30 KDs. It's the sort of thing you'd expect from someone cheating, you know, using wall hacks, etc. But currently, for some reason, Activision went out of their way to block card trackers from being able to detect stats. Now, I want you guys to leave in the comment section below letting me know as well, because I have done it again. So what they did was they changed everyone's preferences. So the privacy preferences originally, I believe, were set to open. Now, I changed these initially because mine was set to private for some reason, so mine was set to open so you guys could see them. But currently, well, when I went back to go change it, what they did was they changed everyone's account to be set to basically default, as in the default now for card trackers or your Call of Duty account is to not be able to show stats. No one can see your stats unless you allow it. So at the moment you can, in essence, still use a card tracker, but you have to go out of your way to unlock it basically by setting your preferences back to being open. Now, I have done this, but I have went to the card tracker myself to make sure this is working, and so far I have not been able to see my own stats. Every time it said that I need to go to my Call of Duty profile and open up my stats. So I'm going to leave a link to the card tracker again in the comment section, and you guys let me know whether or not you can actually see my stats down below, because I don't know. Some people say they can, some people say they can't. I've seen from other YouTubers, they've opened their stats up again so people can see that they're not cheating, they're not reverse boosting for things like Warzone, for instance, because Warzone kill tournaments have been a big discussion when it comes to reverse boosting and cheating and, you know, manipulate the matchmaking. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below whether or not you can actually see my stats, because if not, I don't know what I'm going to do from this here on out, because at the moment this is the one thing I do when I get a gameplay of that, you know, every time I know someone's going to say that's not legitimate, you know, your nuke's fake, you cheated, you reverse boosted, whatever it is. And that's why I put the card tracker there, so that people can see that I haven't cheated, I haven't reverse boosted, everything I do is legitimate. That's what it's there for. And it's annoying that I have to do this, but that's the current state of YouTube and, you know, YouTubers who reverse boost and stuff. I've kind of ruined the gameplay section, or the gameplay, you know, part of making Cold War videos, and, you know, it's annoying, it's ruined it for all of us, but it's what I have to do. I have to sit there and put a card tracker down below so you guys can see that I don't cheat. But yeah, so that's one thing that's annoying about it. But there are two reasons why I believe Activision done this, and it's kind of not just the things that I think as well, it's two theories that the community also believes as well. So the first theory is, one, they are trying to make sure that people can't see skill-based matchmaking in effect. They don't want you to know that skill-based matchmaking exists, which everyone with an IQ above 10 kind of knows that skill-based matchmaking exists. It doesn't even need to be proven at this point. People out there have already done it. People like Exclusive Ace, like Drifter, they've made videos of their own, showcasing and, you know, giving a bit of evidence, let's say, to prove that skill-based matchmaking exists. And just feel alone, I think everyone can agree that skill-based matchmaking exists. You can tell the lobbies are a lot different from the days of Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, even Black Ops 3, for instance. The skill-based matchmaking is a lot more stricter. Okay, now it's not to say that skill-based matchmaking didn't exist in those cards, but it definitely is a lot stricter than what it is from those days. But yeah, so that's one theory, is that they're trying to hide skill-based matchmaking. I don't know if they're trying to hide it from casual players or just not let people know, or if they're trying to block it in a sense that so people can't, you know, use this tool to be able to track their games, track who they're playing against and stuff like that, and see other people's KDs. Because before, we used to just be able to see people's KDs in Call of Duty. If you guys remember that, like playing Black Ops 2 and that, you just go over to someone's like player card and you'd be able to check their stats and everything. You can't do that sort of thing anymore. So that's what was also useful about these third-party websites, was that you could see your lobbies, and that's what I use them for. So you guys could see that the people I'm playing aren't bots. You can see they're not 0.5 KD players. They're all 1, 2 KD players. People who shoot back, essentially. That's what I like to prove to you guys. So you can't do that anymore. And this is great for all the people who reverse boost, you know, and not myself. Again, I don't do that sort of thing, but the people out there, I'm just going to put the names out, okay, because in my opinion, they have ruined the gameplay scene with what they've done. But people like Chain Feeds, people like Korean Savage and that. Korean Savage and that are people who have been doing it definitely before, like, it was known about reverse boosting. But since obviously it all came out, they admitted to reverse boosting stuff. But now, you know, they can get away with it. They can make these gameplays, and people who don't know about what they do about the reverse boosting that are just going to think their gameplay is legitimate, you know? They're triple nukes, double nukes, quadruple nukes, you know, 100 and no gameplays. No one's going to know the difference unless you're someone, you know, who can quite blatantly see that, hey, that person you're facing is actually level 10. You shouldn't be playing him, or that person is blatantly got a 0.2 KD. You shouldn't be playing him. You're not going to see that sort of stuff anymore, you know? I know there's a lot of people now who sit there as well and even do things like, I think there's a setting in the actual game that allows you to hide people's gamer tags, and I've seen a few YouTubers do it, and it's pretty disgraceful, really, that these people try to pass off, in my opinion, illegitimate gameplays as legitimate gameplays. Again, if you're facing someone who's essentially worse than a beginner bot, what sort of gameplay is that, in my opinion? You know, you guys are free to like have your own opinions on this, but I just don't think that's a legitimate gameplay. I think that's just it's BS. Okay, it's a terrible gameplay. And it's the same thing as, like, you guys would not be entertained if I sat there in combat training and just shot a few bots and said, hey, this is the best class style, use this class style. You guys would not be entertained. That's the same thing as what these YouTubers are doing. They're shooting at people who are actually worse than bots, in my opinion. And that could be for many reasons. Again, I've discussed it before. People who have disabilities, you know, might be missing a hand, finger, might be mentally challenged, you know, people who are going to be bad at the game, essentially, because of things, you know, they can't really control. But these YouTubers go and face these people, get gameplays, and it's pretty scummy, in my opinion. But the second theory, and this is a theory that is quite interesting, because I'm not sure how Activision would, like, do this. Like, I don't see how this would make sense, but it could be a theory and it could be possibly true. It's to hide people being spotted for cheating, like to hide the cheating problem currently in the game, to not allow players of the casual fan base to see that people are cheating. Now, you're probably thinking, Taz, you can see when people's aimbot and that. Now, the thing is, if you're a casual player and you're, say, one of those 0.5 to 0.8 KD players, you're not going to be facing cheaters all that often. Because think about it, cheaters are going to have high KDs, they're going to have high score per minutes, they're going to have like really good stats. And the only people who are going to face cheaters who are aimbotting and using wall glitches and wall hacks and stuff are the people of the 1 to 2 KD range. And that's the only way you're going to see them. So these people, if they went to the COD tracker, might see that, hey, this person's got 30 KD and like a 102% accuracy or something stupid like that, something crazy like that. And you'll be like, well, he's got to be cheating. And, you know, they're going to see that the big problem with the game at the moment, it's mainly Warzone. Like, it does happen in Black Ops Cold War as well. Luckily for me, I rarely ever face it. I don't know if just cheaters just don't like playing multiplayer in Black Ops Cold War. Maybe it's because, in all essence, the game is not as popular as I thought it would be. Personally, I enjoy the game myself, but it's not as popular as, say, Warzone at the moment, so a lot of cheaters, as you probably do see from people's gameplays, or even like Twitch streams, the amount of people cheating in Warzone. I think cheaters are just mainly like, I don't know, more happy to do their cheating and their wall hacks and namebots in Warzone at the moment, because it is the more popular thing at the moment with Call of Duty. So you see it all the time anyway, so I don't really get I don't really get this theory that they would be blocking COD trackers, essentially. Again, it's not really blocking COD trackers, but it is like nullifying it. But it does help, like, stop cheaters from being seen, making sure, you know, because you can see that some people are really good at the game. For instance, if you played a guy, for instance, if you guys have ever heard of Shroud, very famous Twitch streamer, shoots the same as if someone had aimbot, okay, but he is actually genuinely good at the game, you know, he's just that insane on a mouse and keyboard that you'd think he's aimbotting, you think he's cheating, but he's actually not. But you're not going to know now. You're just going to see what that guy sees. You know, some people who, you know, look like they shoot like they've got an aimbot that might just be genuinely good at the game. So normally you do have to go check their stats and see that, hey, that person is definitely cheating. You can tell by the accuracy, you can tell by how many games they've won, for instance. Like, if they've won 100 out of 100 games, they're probably cheating, you know? And you won't be able to see that sort of thing now. It's all blocked, you know? Even if you unblock your stats now, which is great and all, which again, I've done, so I'm hoping you guys can see in the comment section below and just check for me and see if it's actually on block, because I'm hoping it is, because again, I'm going to get people come to this channel, and not any of you guys who have subscribed or have been to the channel recently. You guys will understand that I do make legitimate gameplays. You will have hopefully seen the COD tracker before this like block basically on it, to showcase to you guys that my gameplays and everything and my stats and everything are legit. But people who come to my channel, and I think anyone's channel, just anyone in general, are just going to get accused of cheating now. And there's no way for me to like essentially prove myself and go, oh, I'm not cheating. Look at this lobby. Look at my previous 10 matches. I haven't reverse boosted. I'm not going to be able to prove that sort of thing anymore. And it's just not on. It's not good. And all the people who are reverse boosting that, who have made Call of Duty this way on YouTube now, have got away with it, okay? And the other big theory, actually, there was a third theory, is that it is to like benefit those YouTubers who reverse boost, which I highly doubt. At the end of the day, the people who are reverse boosting, most of them aren't even invited to Call of Duty events anyway, so I just don't believe this theory at all. But it is a theory going around, but it's one that I'm not really going to talk about that much, because I don't believe it personally. My personal belief is they're trying to hide skill-based matchmaking more than anything, which again, I don't get. There are YouTubers out there who are invited to events, who go out of their way to try and like prove skill-based matchmaking and showcase exactly how it works. Like, is it taken off your last 5 games, your last 10 games, how high your score per minute is, how high your KD is. There are, there's people out there trying to crack the code on it and see how exactly it works. So I don't understand this, but it could be a thing. So I want you guys to know, let me know in the comment section below what you think of this, what you think of Activision doing this, blocking the COD trackers at the moment. What do you think the theory behind this is? Why do you think they've done this? Because again, there's got to be a reason. It's got to be bothering them. Something's got to be bothering them to be doing this. And I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out probably eventually. But yeah, I'll leave you the rest of the gameplay. Again, this is a 78 and 15 gameplay with the Milano. I will be doing a class setup with this very soon, a best class setup. Again, it's not a great gun, but I will be working on it for you guys. So yeah, leave you the rest of the gameplay, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye!